don't matter what you do in this industry, if you're not investing in yourself, you're wasting your time. Even it come down to your hair, your clothes you wear, facials, massages, like everything comes down to you investing in yourself, in your brand.
How's it going, guys? And welcome to another episode of Secrets of Silent Success. Today we have the one and only Antonio Diego. How you doing this morning, man?
What's going on, brother? You all right?
Good to have you here, man. So we'll jump right into it. Who is Antonio Diego?
Antonio Diego is a young African-American entrepreneur, entertainer. I'm a DJ by night. During the day, I'm a professional model with J3 Productions, Kim Dawson Agency, Slam Management. So that's who I am. I'm just a normal guy who just got a lot of drive and a lot of ambition.
There you go. So started off in the party promotion area, then transitioned into being a DJ. Tell me about that transition.
It was cool, man. I was doing parties and stuff, and I noticed the DJ gets all the money and gets all the girls. So I was like, I'm the promoter, I'm the one booking the party. Why can't I have his job? So I just basically hired myself for my own events. It didn't work out too well in the beginning, like club DJing, because it's like rapid fire, like 30-second switch. So I got with this company called Starlight, and they gave me my first actual like legitimate DJ job. Like actually, I went on, I did like weddings and bar mitzvahs and corporate events. That's how I started DJing. So that kind of taught me the foundation of how to become an actual DJ, and then I jumped back into the club when I was ready.
Got you. So I've heard about the story of one of your first gigs with Jay Oliver out in Cali. I think Lil Twist was there. I heard some Lil Twist. Little parody. So Lil Twist, Cali Jr. I mean, you talking about the stakes are high. Man. One of your first gigs. Tell me about that.
It was a situation where it was like sink or swim. You feel me? Like the opportunity presented itself for me to be his DJ, because obviously they wanted, when you go on tour, you want the kind of one of the biggest DJs, so it's about ticket sales, right? So he gave me the opportunity, and that was my first time actually DJing ever. Like we drove from Dallas to LA.
When you say ever, this was pre the weddings and bar mitzvahs and all that?
Ever.
Wow. Like
he was like, I need a DJ. I was like, they literally went out and bought me the equipment the next day.
Wow.
Went out there, and it was just like one of those situations like, I've been in a lot of situations when my adrenaline's pumping, I perform the best. Sure. When the pressure's right there, so I got the diamond right here.
Gotcha.
Pressure makes diamonds. So, Lil Twist was there, Kylie Jenner was there, there was a lot of people, and I knew if I failed, I would never get the opportunity again. So I was like, damn, I can't drop the ball. So I got on YouTube, I went outside, smoking, just getting on YouTube, just watching as much stuff about the Serato, the board I was using, as possible. And I literally went in there, and it was crazy, bro. It was like that. That's one of those times where I sit back and be like, damn, I still remember that. That's crazy.
So it's interesting. You talked about the pressure makes diamonds, but the pressure also busts pipes. You're talking about the two sides of the story. Why do you feel that you were able to capitalize on that pressure? Because that's huge. You're talking about some big names in the room. You barely know the board that you're working on. Why do you think you were able, or how do you think you were able to turn that opportunity into something golden?
I just, like I said, man, I knew what I wanted in life, and I knew this was the chance. Like if I were to go in there and mess up and drop the ball, it wouldn't come back around for a long time. So with that in my mind, I was like, it's either, like I said, sink or swim. So I just literally went into a situation and was like, I don't have no backup plan. You know what I'm saying? Like at this time, around this time, it was like what, 2015, 2016? I was doing parties and stuff, but I didn't have no backup plan with life. You know what I'm saying?
It was just plan A.
My 20s was kicking my ass, my early 20s, so I was just like, this is it. Either I be successful at this, or I'm gonna be somewhere in trouble.
Got you. So also with that gig, I heard that it was a free gig.
Oh, yeah.
So I call it sweat equity. You got to put in some sweat to build equity in your business, to build equity in yourself. You got to put in that free work sometime to be able to grow. So tell me about that. What's your idea? What can you tell the others about going out there and maybe doing some free work to build their name?
Sometimes, I ain't gonna lie to you, sometimes those free gigs and those free bookings, they turn to bigger situations because you put yourself in rooms with people who potentially don't know you, who can see you and want to book you. So there's been times where my managers reached out to me and be like, yo, these people want you to come here, they want to do this. My first question is, what's the pay? Sometimes, Antonio, you got to go in there and just network, and you never know what may come out of this. Some of my biggest situations came from me DJing and hosting for free.
Yeah.
And someone seeing me and like, yeah, I wanna hire him.
That's what's up.
That's how I got with the company, Never Satisfied. They actually saw me at a Travis Porter concert at Zook back in 2014. And the promoter was like, I can't pay you, but shit, you can talk on the mic. And that's where they saw me. So that's another situation.
It just allows you to be in those different rooms to network and to just expand your opportunities.
Exactly.
There you go, there you go. So I seen you for the first time, I'm late to the game. I seen you for the first time in October of last year.
It's my birthday month.
Me too, when's your birthday?
October 10th.
October 5th, brother.
Oh, Libra, I knew it was something.
There you go.
Okay.
So I'm a little late to the game.
Right.
I seen you for the first time in October of 2021. But like, I'm watching the artists, I'm watching the openers, I'm like, that DJ got it. Like, I'm literally sitting in the audience with that man over there, and I'm like, what's his IG? I gotta follow this guy, right? So what are some of the qualities that a DJ or personality need to be that captivating? Because you're captivating on stage, man.
You can't have no fear. You can't be scared of crowds in any way, shape, or form. You gotta understand that people are there to have a good time. Once you understand that, you can take over a room. Once you understand music and you know sound selection, song selection, I'm sorry. Once you have all those components, you mix them up, it's gonna come out the same every time, perfect. So a lot of DJs, sometimes they go into a certain type of party and they don't even realize these are like older people and they're playing Migos and
gotta read the room.
You gotta read the room.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times on stages, I try to talk to the women because they're the ones that are gonna scream. Just being honest, like when I go out on the stage, I look at like 4 or 5 girls, I try to get them hype up. Whose birthday is it? Like you just really just reading the room and just tapping in with people. A lot of entertainers, they go on stage and they're like performing. They're not even looking at anybody. They're either looking at a light or they're just like rapping to themselves or performing. I try to look people in their eyes. So they're like, oh damn, like he's really vibing. So the energy I'm giving off, they always give it back.
Gotcha. No, you can definitely feel it. The interaction with the crowd. Like you said, I'm talking to individuals, not to the whole room. Right? And I'm reading the room. I'm feeling the energy. I'm playing this, I'm playing that. You came to Houston, you brought out the screw, you're slowing it down. So I definitely felt that. How do you feel before going on stage? Are you nervous? Are you anxious? Are you lit? Like how are you feeling before you go on stage and perform?
Well, I have a rule. I don't drink or smoke before I go on stage because I don't want to look crazy on camera. I don't want to stumble. I don't want to mess up in any way, shape, or form. So before I go on stage, I'm nervous as hell. It's just like right now, I'm always nervous, man. It's just being an entertainer. It's like I don't know how to explain it, bro. It's like if you're spiritual, it's some type of stuff you tap into.
Sure.
It's like when I'm on stage, it's not really me, if that makes sense. I don't know. Right before I go on stage, cause you see, like if you go to the show, the screen comes up. It says my name with the lightning bolts. Everybody knows. Okay, the show's about to start. People start screaming. So when I hear that, I say a little prayer. I thank God for the opportunity where I'm at. I stretch and I just literally just run out there. And it's like, when I'm out there, it's like autopilot. It's not even, like I'm seeing what's going on, but it sometimes doesn't feel like it's me in control. Does that make sense?
No, that does. And a lot of times you hear it with athletes talk about going into the flow. Like you get into the zone, you start doing what you love.
I call it the Matrix.
The Matrix, the
That's
flow,
my word.
the same idea.
I call it the Matrix, bro. You go into the Matrix, it's like, you see what's going on, but you can't control it. It's an amazing feeling.
Gotcha. So you talked about Tyla. So you got linked up with Tyla. Yaweh went on tour with him this past year. Tell me how you got linked up with him, because I know that's an interesting story as well.
I got linked up with Tyla through my friend Denny. He's one of his tour managers. Like I said, they were having shows all around the country. I've been knowing Tyla for like 2 or 3 years, but I wasn't working with them. I was just seeing what they were doing. And I was like, damn, man, I wonder if I ever got the opportunity, would they let me DJ for him? So the opportunity came. Denny was like, bro, if you can get to Arizona, show them what you can do, then possibly they can put your name in a hat. Because there's a lot of people trying to be his DJ. He's at the highest level. He can have a DJ from anywhere,
Yeah.
So I went out there. I didn't get a chance to DJ that night because the DJ they had showed up. Long story short, I talked to Tyla. I was like, bro, just give me an opportunity. He's like, you can't DJ. I'm like, bro, I can DJ. Just give me the opportunity.
Yeah.
Denny was like, yeah, bro, like give him a chance. So I actually booked him in Dallas myself.
Okay.
So I was like, the only way he's gonna see me perform is if he sees me perform. So I booked him, brought him out to Dallas for 2 events, and I DJ'd and hosted. And when he saw me, he was like, yo, this kid's energy's crazy. Yeah. So that's when I got the opportunity. And they were like, yo, first gig is Rolling Loud, Miami.
Wow.
So I had to fly out there, and that was like You talking about nerve-wracking, you talking about
Rolling Loud, I've been there, it's lit. Yeah,
it was my
crazy.
first day on the job, bro. That was crazy.
Wow. So I want to talk about the Rolling Loud Miami and being international. But before that, you said something interesting. You booked Tyla to come to you, right?
Boom.
That's your own money. That's your own investment. I've heard you talk about the importance of investing in yourself. Talk about that.
Like you said, I invested in myself. I was like, there's no way he's gonna see me DJ if I don't bring him out here. He has no reason to come to Dallas. So me and my friends put up some money and we booked him. He came, he saw me, and the rest is history. Yeah.
No, that's awesome because I feel like, and not to, paint a negative picture, but those of us in the creative industries, artists, musicians, even videographers, we oftentimes don't invest in ourselves. We don't bet on ourselves, but you got to put the money behind it. You have
to. Everybody, it don't matter what you do in this industry. If you're not investing in yourself, you're wasting your time. Even if it come down to your hair, your clothes you wear, facials, massages, like everything comes down to you investing in yourself, in your brand.
Absolutely. So you talked about doing that show, Miami, Rolling Loud. I know it was crazy. I went back in, I think that was 2018 when J. Cole was there when I went. And it was lit.
I had never been to Rolling Loud until I DJ'd. I'd never been.
And so you being there, what is that experience like? You talking about first day on the job. This is not the minor leagues. This is the big leagues. What was that like?
So I never told nobody this story. So y'all ready? Y'all ready for the story?
Yeah, let's hear it.
My manager don't even know this. So I actually threw up backstage at Rolling Loud.
Wow.
Because I was so nervous. It was so hot in Miami, bro. It's like 100 degrees, right? No, I'm tripping. Like 110. Yeah. But on stage, all the equipment and the sound stuff, the boards, and the stage is metal.
Yep.
It's like 125 degrees. So it was so hot. I was like, yo, bro, this is like nerve-wracking. I think when we went on stage, Rolling Loud was probably like 3,000 people out there at the time.
Wow.
And Tyla and them been on world tours with Post Malone. So they're seasoned.
Just another day.
I'm up there, I'm like, yo, I'm panicking. I'm like, bro, how do I look? They're like, nigga, slap out of me. Like, what are you doing? Denny's like, what are you doing, bro? Do you want this life or do you not?
Yeah.
And when he said that, bro, I kind of like looked at myself and I was profusely sweating, bro. And I was just like, yo, Antonio, get a grip on yourself. Like, leaned over the rail, I threw up. It wasn't due to alcohol or anything. It was just my nerves were so strong. I was just like, damn. When I got on the stage, I just remember my body just shaking and I couldn't control it. And then like, once I saw everybody like vibing, it kind of slowly went away. But that first Rolling Loud set was probably the worst set I think I've done.
Wow.
Because I was so nervous. It was like my legs, they felt like 2-ton bricks, bro. They were just like.
You can't even move.
Can't even move, bro.
But you talked about what was your worst set that you've done, but obviously you did something right to then end up on tour with Tyla. So tell me about the tour life. You were just on tour with St. John and Tyla, Yaweh. That's how I saw you for the first time.
Sir.
What is that tour life like? And what lessons have you learned about yourself that you can apply to be successful in other areas?
What I learned on tour, I learned that no matter what city you go to, and no matter what the media tries to project about racism and hate, the world is a beautiful place. All these cities I went to, different backgrounds, different people, everybody was showing us love. No fights, no drama. It was just an amazing experience, meeting different people, going places, eating different foods, trying new things. It was just a mind-blowing experience for someone who's never done that. Some of the things I took from tour is how to treat people, just treating everybody with respect, because you got to live with these different people, different personalities every day. We all got egos, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm an athlete, so I'm definitely have an ego. I work out. I like my space. I'm a Libra. Like we got to duck off, bro. It's nothing personal.
No.
We Libras, we will duck off. We don't answer our phones. People think it's how we are. So just being around different people and different personalities, I had to learn how to adjust and learn how to treat people with respect, because that's the thing that life is about, respect, especially in this industry.
Absolutely.
Because someone who's coordinating the stage may be doing this and you may be on the stage, but next year they may be owning the label and they may hire you. So on tour, I kept that in mind. I treated everybody with respect, from the light guy, the camera guy, the door girl, the security guard, the person cleaning the venue, taking pictures with everybody, just showing everybody genuine love and respect.
Absolutely.
Because coming from the club industry, bro, your ego is like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when you're on that stage and when you travel with different people, there's no egos. They have a job.
Yeah.
This ain't, you go to the club, it's like you being cool. It's a cool contest. You sitting there, if you drinking, you smoking, you got girls around you on tours. Like, these are professionals. These people work for
you got a goal to accomplish.
Yeah, they're not here to look cool. It looks cool. But it's very strenuous. It's work that goes behind this, rehearsals, all types of stuff, bro.
So you talked about Rolling Loud, you know, being in Miami. You talked about doing parties and shows in LA. I know you're talking about doing stuff in New York.
Right.
One of the ways you've judged your success is about doing gigs and parties outside of your hometown, outside of the state of Texas.
Smart man.
What's the importance of that to you?
I feel like as an entertainer, you don't want to stay local. You want the world to see your talents. You want the world to see your light. So I feel like a lot of people are stuck in this mindset to where they want to be local superstars. And before you know it, you're 20, you turn 30, you're still in the same city. You haven't really accomplished nothing. You haven't shaken hands with anybody outside of your intermediate circle.
Yeah.
So the importance of getting outside your city is basically you just got to tap into different markets. Let the world see your light. Network with people. Don't be afraid to go to another place that you unfamiliar water. I love that. I love going places where I don't know nobody, don't have any connections, and just taking over.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about how you were able to get gigs in LA, get gigs in New York. Is it just simply networking? Is it, hey, I'm gonna go out there for a week and just shake some hands? How were you able to expand your horizon?
Networking, man. My first time I DJ'd in New York was 2016. It was crazy. Actually, a girl I went to high school with called me randomly and was like, hey, this company called Carpe Diem, Day Snatchers, they're starting a tour. They're looking for DJs. And I'm like, okay, well, what's up? This one I was barely DJing. They flew me out to New York, me and my cousin.
Wow. Put
us in a 5-star hotel. It was crazy, man. Like that, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Got you. So not only do you DJ, you talked about in the day, hey, I'm an actor, model.
Right.
You were in the promotions industry. Tell me about the importance of diversification and why do you enjoy, having your hands on a little bit of everything?
You don't want to ever limit yourself. You don't ever want to, put all your eggs in one basket. If you can push, you can pull. So I feel like if you can do one thing, don't ever limit yourself. Just keep trying new things and bring in more money, different sources of income. Don't just limit yourself. If you're in acting, I want to know how to be in front of the camera, behind the camera. I want to know how to work the lights. That's just how I am as a person. So I feel like being a model, you could always be better. You could be an actor. Be an actor, you could also be a model. You could be a promoter, why not go be a host? Be a host, go be a DJ. Like, don't just limit yourself to one thing. Always be growing, always be consistently growing, getting your knowledge of the whole realm of entertainment. If you're a cook or what do you call it, bakers or chefs, learn everything about the kitchen. Don't just limit yourself to, I just know how to make chicken and shrimp. Like, learn how to make pasta. Learn how to build the stove in case it breaks down. Like, learn everything about your profession or your field, everything. Yeah.
So interesting, you talked about trying new things. A lot of times people are not okay with trying new things. You get comfortable within your little circle, your little square. You talked about in some other interviews, you were okay, or you enjoyed being, quote unquote, the new guy, right? Where does that mindset come from? Because that's kind of counterintuitive to being comfortable. Being a new guy is so uncomfortable.
It goes back to my past, honestly, man. Like, I had a amazing childhood. High school was a little rough. In my 20s was a little rough, and then in my 30s, things started blossoming for me. Or in my late 20s, always being an underdog. I always felt like I was the underdog. So I always loved going into situations thinking people doubted me or, oh, he can't do this. I love that feeling. So just being a new guy, you feel that pressure. When you go into any situation, you're like, they don't know me. I'm the underdog. I haven't proven myself, so I got to go hard. And it puts that pressure up under you to make you want to go harder, being the new person or being unproven.
Yeah. So you talked about, having a good childhood and things of that nature. You always kind of been interested in acting and the theater arts, but oftentimes in the male community, especially like the black male community, that may be, frowned upon by your peers.
Oh, for sure.
How did you go against that grain and follow what you were truly passionate about?
I just switched to people that were hanging around me. The mindsets changed, the influence changed. I was in the 8th grade. I used to go to this school called CATS. It was creative arts teaching or something. It's in Arlington. Doing that, doing theater. Got made fun of, but I didn't understand why I loved theater. My mom was like, you have a gift. This is your gift. Like, I can read a script and memorize it in like 2 minutes. My manager seen me do this, do a cold read, in front of a class of 50 actors, and my teacher's like, wow, like, he really knocked that out. That's just one of my gifts. I'm very good at memorizing words.
Yeah.
So being an actor, it's a very powerful tool to have, because a lot of actors, they get a script, they forget the lines. Me, I'm like, boom, let's go. So hanging around people who are like-minded individuals changed that. It changed my narrative of what I thought was cool. You know what I'm saying? It changed my mindset of like, okay, stop worrying about what these people think and shine.
Yeah, and do you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So childhood was good. High school, you talk about doing the theater arts program, but then it got shaky around the 20s, right? You had a post on Instagram recently that said your past didn't define you, right? Tell me about how you were able to move forward from your past. A lot of people get stuck looking in the rearview mirror.
Right. It goes back to what I was saying, man. I like being an underdog. I like that feeling, being counted out and overcoming it all to be like, hey, I told you. So my past, it was definitely darker times, but I always knew where I was at wasn't my end. I wasn't gonna end like this. Like life can't be like this. Yeah. It can't be stress. It can't be going to jail. It can't be drugs. It can't be partying. It can't be just women. Life has to be more. It has to be more to life than this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I always told myself, like, the situation I'm in is only temporary. I always told myself, this is temporary, Antonio. This is temporary. You're gonna get through this. You're gonna get through this. You're gonna get through this. And eventually, I got through it. So.
Gotcha. I know for me, seeing other people, go through, whether that's the legal system or go through the women, I'm like, none of that is fruitful, man. Right? And then you go and do something, you start a business, you do something small, and be like, hey, that's a little fruit from that.
Right.
And then you start wanting more fruit. Was there ever a turning point or something that you were like, nah, that's not it? Is there any specific point in time where you made that pivot?
Yeah, I talked about my friend Nolan Carroll. He's played for the Cowboys, played for the Dolphins. He actually took me in, got me out of Dallas, had me living in Miami with him for like a year.
Okay.
And I'm waking up in $1 million mansion, driving Rolls Royce, Lamborghinis. I think that was God's way of showing me, like, yo, this is the future I have for you if you just give up this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because that situation actually ended because I had to go to jail. I had to turn myself in.
Wow.
My mom actually called him and was like, yo, he's on the run. He needs to come to Texas. Like, y'all got him shacked up in his mansion and he's on Instagram living his best life, but he's a warrant for his arrest.
Wow.
So my friend was like, bro, you got to go back home. So that's when I came back to Texas, got arrested, got locked up, and the rest is history.
Gotcha. It was really about that exposure.
Right.
Seeing what it could be. And then right after that, seeing what it currently was and knew where you had to get to. Yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful. So a little bit about past trauma, right? So you talk about your father being in prison, losing your brother. Mm-hmm. How were you able, or are you able to use that trauma to build upon it? I know you keep talking about the underdog story. Right. You're using, your plight and then taking it and then building upon it. Talk to me, like, where does that come from? That's powerful, man.
I feel like we all have power inside of us. We all have energy. We all have some type of God-given ability. You know what I'm saying? Turn it on. It's a fire inside of you. If you just believe in yourself and you believe that you can be great, it's gonna, I don't even know how to explain it, man. It's just, excuse me, it's just something inside of me that just won't let me be content with my situation. Yeah. Like, it's a power I just tapped into, bro, and it just keeps me going, keeps me motivated.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. What do you tell someone else? Because I know for me, I struggle with, they say you could take a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink, right? So what do you tell other people? So you, hey, I'm not gonna be mediocre, but what do you tell someone else to help them make it to that next level, to get that fire that you have inside of you?
I tell my team, man, everybody around me, bro, you can't be, I hate to use this word, but weak. You can't be weak, you have to be strong. No matter what situation, whether it's health, legal trouble, financial trouble, relationships, you have to go into it with a strong heart and a strong mind, or it will defeat you. And I've seen a lot of people in this industry come and go because they let the world defeat them. They were weak. They didn't stand up for themselves. They didn't stand up for their beliefs. They didn't stand up for their career. They just let bad situations just mow them down. They just lay down and just give up. I wasn't taught to ever be weak or give up. So that's what I tell my team. Don't be weak, bro. Be strong and just believe in you and just be strong. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Just be a strong individual, strong-minded, strong-hearted, and go into it with strength. I pray and ask God all the time, give me strength. Please help me get through this day. Help me get through this rep. Help me get through this situation. Give me strength. So I feel like you have to be strong.
Mic drop. That was fire right there.
It's real talk, man.
That's
just,
fire.
Just giving you what it is. You got to be strong, man.
Yeah, talking about strength, to go to something a little more lighthearted. We know the physique. We see you. We see you on Instagram. Like you talking about pushing the iron,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We doing a little something.
So you talked about having that mental strength, having that strength here. But what about your physical strength, physically taking care of your body? What's the importance of that? And you've talked about your homeboy for the Cowboys calling you fat too, right?
Oh my God. So, you saw the interview.
I saw it, man. I saw it. So tell me about your physical fitness, the importance of that.
You got to stay on top of your physical fitness, especially as young black men, bro. Sometimes we get a little arrogant because we're genetically blessed.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm gonna look like this forever. You're not.
Yeah.
You keep eating bad, you smoking cigarettes, you drinking, you fucking up your liver, man. You messing yourself up and you're not knowing your body's a temple.
Yeah.
You have to take care of it. So I go into that mindset like, I want to look like a warrior. I want to feel like a warrior.
Yeah.
And that was one of my things when I wasn't in shape. I always saw muscular guys. I'm like, damn. I've been everything in the world but swole. I ain't never been swole. I ain't never been fit. So I wanted to look like that. I wanted to emulate that. I wanted to feel like that. So with my transition from going from where I was to now, that was part of my journey. Fitness opened the door for a lot of things for me. Taught me how to be on time. Taught me how to commitment. That's what being in the gym taught me, how to commit.
So we talked about, being strong both physically and mentally. What are some other qualities that you believe you possess that have helped you be successful?
My drive, my ability to network, and being on time, being kind, taking my job serious. Those are some of the qualities that helped me really stay where I was at. Because I've seen a lot of people get fired on tour, bro, believe it or not. Like, a lot of people, anybody's replaceable. Yeah. And just not giving up. All those qualities helped me to where I'm at right now, and they helped me continue to stay on a straight arrow. Yeah.
So I know for sure, drive and things of that nature, that's very innate. Some people may have drive, some people may not have drive, but hey, taking your job serious, showing up on time, those are things that can be learned, right?
Right.
Gotcha. So is that always been in you to show up on time? Is that something that you learned during the tour life? Just talk to me about that.
For gigs and stuff, I'm normally always late, but when I got on tour, it wasn't on my time. You're on somebody else's time. They're paying for your flights. They're paying for your Ubers. They're paying for the bus you're on. So when they say, yo, the bus is leaving at 5 a.m., you know what I'm saying? Or the flight is at 7 o'clock, if you're not there, you're done. You're not going to be on the tour. You're not going to be on the gig. You can't get on stage because you're late. So
yeah, it sounds like people are disposable. Everybody's replaceable.
Oh, yeah, especially in this industry.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man.
Got you. So what's next for Antonio Diego?
Man, acting, been knocking out these auditions, television. I'm gonna start producing, still modeling. We go back on tour in March. So 2022 is looking amazing for me right now and my team.
Gotcha, man. Know it's gonna be big things coming.
Oh yeah, yes sir. Big things.
Gotcha. So this is called Secrets of Silent Success, right? So what is your top secret for Antonio Diego's success?
God. Strong relationship with God. Being tapped into that higher energy and believing in you and believing that your strength and your faith comes from above. It's two people listening, depending on what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's always two people listening, believe that. Mm-hmm. So you gotta talk to God and just ask him and tell him tell him what you want and he'll give it to you.
There you go. We're gonna leave it there, my brother. I appreciate you, man. This was fun, man. We gotta do it again sometime.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, bro, for real.
Appreciate it.